JB, when you look at the self-inflicted wounds in this one, 29 points off of 17 turnovers, I guess just how frustrated, to see that kind of performance out of your guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to overcome that, right? And, a lot of them, were preventable. I thought, and then too many of them came in bunches. So we were playing in small spaces, which is what this team wants because they are physical, they are active, they do have great size, and they want to turn you over in those positions. So, between the turnovers and the amount of offensive rebounds we gave up, it's difficult to overcome. And that's where, we keep talking about winning the possession battle. Take care of the basketball, win the board, you give yourself a chance. And when we don't, we struggle.
And just how aggressive Orlando likes to defend, how difficult did that make things just to get shot creation going?
Well, I thought early and through times that we did a really good job of creating for one another. In that second quarter in particular, I thought we did a great job of moving the ball, creating open looks for one another. First quarter as well, shots didn't go, but we still moved and created the best ones. And that's the way you have to play against them, is you have to use their aggression against them. And they keep running, keep rotating, you keep moving the ball. Eventually, you'll get what you want.
Coach, along those same lines, in the third quarter, it's harder with you because you get a three-point shot, and you guys are able to cut the lead down 2-1, and then after that, Orlando just went on one. Can you just talk about what kind of transpired in the meantime?
I think they are a really good defensive team, to state the obvious. They have the ability, and the comfort with one another to kind of turn it up a notch. And I thought we had a tough period there, trying to find our rhythm, how to play through the physicality, and those types of things. And then again, the turnovers and the offensive boards always, kind of bite you.
Just from a rhythm standpoint, does it just take time to maybe adapt to a situation where a guy like Cade is not playing? Obviously, he's done a lot for this team just as far as shot generation.
Yeah, I mean, it changes a lot, obviously, because how much the ball is in his hands, how much he initiates the offense for us, and how that changes everybody else's role around him when he's not out there, what they have to do. So, hopefully it won't be a long-term thing, obviously, but in the meanwhile, we've got to figure it out. And, what it comes down to is us each as individuals doing a little bit more together and not trying to do too much on our own.
Coach, at this point, Marcus is playing pretty well. He had a season high tonight. He's picking up 94 feet at certain points. What's your assessment of how he's been playing?
I thought he's done a really good job. I think he's been a really nice spark off the bench to kind of change the tempo on both sides of the ball. He's been certain with his playmaking and his decision-making the majority of the time. And he's a scoring threat, that defenses have to account for. So I think he's done a really good job in his minutes.
Coach, can you talk about the growth you've seen in Franz Wagner's game, particularly since you last saw him in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, I mean, there's a confidence there that you can see. There's a swag to him. The talent has obviously always been there. But then when you mix that talent with belief, that's kind of, makes it tough as an opponent to deal with. But, shows the time he puts into his game. He cares about winning. He plays the game the right way. He plays it selflessly. So I think, again, it's just growth, confidence, but, he's a heck of a player. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, sir.
Look at the turnovers tonight, 29 points off of 17 turnovers, those self-inflicted wounds, just, never a good recipe for success. Just how frustrating to see that.
It's real frustrating, turnovers, you don't give yourself a chance to get the ball to the rim, so, and then they scoring off of the turnover, so just giving them momentum, just making the game harder for us. Feel like we dug ourselves in the hole and just couldn't get out of it.
How tough was it to play through Orlando's physicality, the way they defend?
Yeah, that was a very, very physical team. Feel like we're a physical team, so it was just, feel like two physical teams going at it, but kind of feel like they was just playing, they got the ball bounced their way a couple more times than ours, so that's just how it goes sometimes, though.
So as your role shifted throughout last season, obviously your rookie season, what did you kind of take from that coming into this season where obviously you've had to stay ready for moments like this?
Yeah, it's the NBA, you got to just keep your mind right, stay ready, can't get down, be strong, mentally, so when your name is called, you can go out there and perform, at the level that you want to. But it's also, when you're sitting on the bench, not just zoning out or anything, locking into the game, seeing what the other team game plan is and stuff like that. So just always being ready mentally and physically.
What are some of the challenges at hear that a lot, staying mentally ready, but
Yeah.
of course you never know when that opportunity is going to come.
Yeah, you don't know, when it's gonna come, but just gotta stay in the gym, love the game, prepare yourself like you're going in to play 40 minutes every game. That's how I look at it. Just so you know, my name is called. I'm ready for it, but just gotta be strong mentally.
You seem pretty secure with the ball. You're not turning it over much. You can score. We're picking up 94. What do you think is your biggest asset?
Just really trying to bring energy right now. When I come off the bench, if we flat, try to come out there, pick up, turn the ball, a couple times, get some energy going, and then just being able to knock down, open shot and guard the ball.
Appreciate it.
Thank